I drink the drink. And these girls that I had been hanging out with, they pop up at the room. And I'm like, damn, I didn't know you were inviting them. You know, I thought just me and you were going to hang out at the room. He's like, well, you always hang out with them, so I thought it was okay for them to come hang out. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we're at this room drinking, and then one of the girls gets mad, and she goes, you a jealous bitch, and I look better than you, and I knew him before you knew him, and some other stuff. So she starts this argument, but I'm drunk, I'm tired, like I don't have the energy to argue and fight with this bitch. Like, please just leave, whatever. And she goes, that's why I'm going to go tell your husband. But I'm not thinking nothing. I'm like, well, go do what you got to do. So she leaves. This is all I remember. Her and the dude leave. Her, the dude, and there was a couple more other people in there. They leave. I wake up that morning. The dude's in the room with me, but it's another dude in there with a dog. And I don't know who this other dude is that has the dog or whatever, but it's like a pit bull dog. And they're just looking at me crazy and strange and shit. And I just feel weird, but I can't tell you like why I feel weird. I feel like I just have a massive headache, hangover, feel crazy, weird. So I go back to where me and my husband live, where the kids are at. And I'm like, we need to go. We need to leave this town. Like, something's not right. Something just doesn't feel right. He's like, okay. So we leave the town. We leave Stockton. Go back to Reno, Nevada. And he ends up going back to Bullhead City, Arizona with his family. And so I'm with my kids in Reno, Nevada. We're at my mom's house, but it's like people are acting weird and strange to me, but I really can't pinpoint the weird and strangeness. But I know that something happened to me that night, but I can't tell you what happened to me that night. So I told my mom, can you watch the kids? Like, I gotta go check. I just up and left that house in Stockton. I need to go see what's going on. So I go back to Stockton. When I get to Stockton, they have the house boarded up. But the females, the girls I used to hang out with, live down the street. So I go there. And they have on like clothes that, you know, my old clothes, they got them on and all this stuff. And just stuff of mine. They have a lot of stuff of mine on that I'm noticing. And I'm like, something weird, you know, happened. But, you know, I can't put it into words. So I'm out there hanging out for a couple days. And this white guy and this black guy start to follow me because I'm on foot. So I'm noticing that they're following me like wherever I go. I'm like, what the fuck? This is so weird. So I tell this one dude that I call myself knowing, because I used to claim everyone as my friend. Like, if I hung out with you a time or two, you're my friend. You know, I know you're my friend. That's how naive I was. Like, you're my friend, you're my friend. I'd call you my friend. So, I tell this guy, like, you know, something weird is going on. Like, these guys have been following me, like, all day. And here it is nighttime, and these guys are still fucking following me. He was like, someone put out a hit on me. It's like, a hit on me? What the hell is a hit? Like, what are you talking about? So he was trying to get me to go to this, like, abandoned house on him. And I was like, no, you know, I'm scared now to this point, because I'm like, some weird shit is going on. But I can't pinpoint it. I can't explain what it is, but he's telling me it's a hit. So I'm like, okay. So I just kind of wander through the night till the morning time. So morning time comes, I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, look, something weird is going on. I can't really explain it, but I need for you to pay for me a bus ticket, you know, back to Reno. So my mom pays for me a bus ticket back to Reno. But while I'm at the Greyhound bus station in Stockton, California, it's like all these people are on their phone. They keep looking at me, all this stuff. And I'm asking this guy, like, what's going on? I mean, are you keep looking at your phone and then looking at me? And it's a white guy. He was like, well, you're on this website. I'm on what website? And he's like, you're having sex with this guy on this website. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And I was like, well, can you show me? He's like, nah, you got to find that stuff out for yourself. So I'm like, this is weird. Like, what the hell is going on? So I get on this bus. It's an uneasy feeling on the bus, but the bus stops in Sacramento, California. So when I get out at Sacramento, California, it's like heck of people at the bus stop. They got their phones out. They're looking at me. It's like this low whisper. And then the bus driver comes, the bus driver that's going to be taking us into Reno, and he goes, girl, I seen your whole body. I seen you naked and everything. And I'm like, what? I couldn't really ask him, like, I was just in shock, like, because it's like this silence. You're in this silence, but you could hear like the mumbles of other people. They're talking and whispering about you. But it's kind of weird. You can't, your mind's trying to put all this stuff together, but it's like an overload. Or it's mismatching. You know, you can't really get everything on the same page together. But so I get on the bus and I come home to Reno. And I just know something bad happened, but I still couldn't pinpoint it. But like if I go to the casinos or wherever I go, you just have this whisper. And I know they're talking about me, so it's like a whisper, like a real small whisper. And they would, you know, people would say stuff like arguments I had in the house in Stockton, or stuff my kids said, or they'd bring my kids' names up, or just this weird shit. And this went on for a while. People would laugh and tell little jokes and keep whispering. Like, weird, just weird shit. And I'm just like, something crazy is happening. It can't be the drugs. Like, it can't be the drugs. But, you know, I remember getting some more drugs. So I still have this habit, right? I was still dealing with this crystal meth habit and this alcohol habit. So I'd go to the dope place and get my dope. And I'm starting to notice now when I go to the dope place, slowly but for surely, I'm starting to notice that people are starting to record me, like leave their phones on recording, or asking me weird questions and shit, or taking pictures, or just weird shit. Or when they give me the dope, I'm noticing that they're not really hitting the dope, or they might hit it once or they won't hit it anymore. And I got sick a couple times where I had to go to the emergency room. And so anyways, I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff in between, but I'll get to those later on. I'll be putting out more videos explaining more stuff the more comfortable I get with talking and releasing this information. But so all this weird stuff is going on. The whispering, the mumbling, the this, the that. And I'm just going crazy. Like, people are following me. Every time I go somewhere, I might step into a store and it might be 3 or 4 people. Shit, by the time I get my stuff to get out, it's like 50 young people have showed up at the store. I'm noticing this like wherever I go. And then I start noticing these different smells and odors like coming out of my body. Like fresh raw meat. The nastiest smell you could smell. Like burnt, something burning all the time. I just started smelling these horrible odors. So I would go, you know, my stomach would hurt really, really bad. So I go to the doctor for this, go to the doctor for that, go to the doctor for this, go to the doctor for that. Only thing the doctors can tell me is I have IBS, acid reflux, and that's about it. My kidneys are good. Everything is good. All my organs are good. But when I use the restroom, it smells so stink. And the doctor just said, oh, just drink a little bit more water. Oh, it's probably your diet. But no, it's got to be something more than that. Like I have, I thought I had foot fungus or whatever. So, I would go to the doctor. They gave me antibiotics. I don't know how many times they gave me antibiotics. And foot powder. Like, use this foot powder. Do this, do that. That stuff won't get rid of it. Won't get rid of the smell I'm talking about. Then I noticed that I have a lot of sinus infections all the time. But nothing they give me gets rid of this sinus infection. So I'm like, it's some weird shit going on. It's something weird going on. These smells and these odors are not regular smells and odors. I don't care if you're an alcoholic, you've been a drug addict. I don't care what it is. This is the worst smells ever coming out of someone's body. So it's like all this stuff is going on. I got these people following me. No matter where I go, I got people threatening, telling me how I'm going to die, when I'm going to die. My kids are going to die. I rebuke all of that in the name of Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. Like, could you imagine being a single mother with 3 small kids, and you've already got a drug and alcohol problem. You got people following you, speaking about your life, making jokes about you. You got this foul ass odor you don't know how to get rid of. And your life is an utter mess. And so I didn't know what to do. So I kept just moving my kids from this town to that town, this town to that town, thinking that, okay, well, things will get better. This will happen, And it follows you wherever you go. This treatment kept following me wherever I went. And this was like, oh my gosh. So I started praying to God and just praying like something else is bigger than what I know is going on. Because it's like, if you're doing all this crazy stuff, just shoot me already. Kill me already. Because this is crazy and insane. You can't really trust anyone. And then I started to see you couldn't trust family members. I couldn't trust my mom. And then if I look back, my mom has always been gaslighting me. Has always been talking bad and negative about me. And then it goes back to after she does it, then she says, well, I love you. I'm not against you. This and this and that. Now I see that the devil and the demons were working. It shows you who is for you and who's against you. And I love my mother dearly. And there's a part of her that is for me and that loves me. But it's that demon that she has deep down inside her that has been exposed. And the demons will be exposed in everyone around you that is not for you or conducive for your life at the time. It shows itself. That ugly face shows itself. I got stories I could tell you the first time I ever even seen a demon. And when you see this ugly, it's just crazy. It's the stuff I've seen and witnessed to has been a lot. Especially when you don't know what's really going on. You can't really grasp what's going on because it's so bigger than you. I remember seeing, like at nighttime, I had seen it just went like this neon green light. And I could see just stuff slithering on the ground. Not knowing if those were human beings, creatures. I don't know what it was. But it was not of the world that you are used to. So this is how you know it's something supernatural. And it's not that you're hallucinating off the drugs or the alcohol. This is some real life stuff. You got most of the people that go to the crazy house aren't even really crazy. It's something different. People say crazy, this person's crazy, it's levels of craziness. But it's only one level of evil. Crazy don't have nothing on evil. Nothing at all. you know, I wondered why, you know, certain people were doing crazy stuff, you know, like going into schools, killing all these people, or just like that shooter you had in Las Vegas, where he went to that function, rented that room, and he had all those millions of dollars, and he shot and killed all those people. And you're wondering